going on, everyone? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we're just going to be recording like a mini vlog. Just going to be showing you guys a little bit of what we got going on around the shop, showing you my brother's wheels, and later on we'll probably end up going to my boy's shop where we're getting the truck built out there for my business partner Zane. But let's come in the shop, see what we got going on. So we're doing these valve covers. We're going to be doing them in Super Chrome Plus.
Getting ready. Caesar, what are we shooting today first? So we're going to be shooting Super Cold Plus on the Mustang parts that he just showed you earlier. Got to clean out the gun real quick.
The biggest pet peeve that thing I do.
My biggest pet peeve that he does is hang heavy ass parts off of little baby ass hooks.
I know you ain't talking right, but my biggest pet peeve of Zane is he'll clean out the gun and he leaves it disconnected. I don't know why. Why? Why? Answer that question. Why? I wanted to ask you for a year now.
I leave it disconnected I guess because before we put a new color in, to check if it's been clean or not, I just real quick, and then I put the new color in.
Okay,
if it's already connected, I might think it's dirty.
Right now we're going to be unboxing my little brother's wheels behind the camera. He got some billet specialties made. And they should sit flush, right?
No, so as the old school will know, back in the day you had your old school 15 by 12 or 15 by 10 and stuff like that. So that's what kind of what we're recreating, but with some billet specialties. So
They should stick out a little bit.
they should stick out about an inch or so more with that big tire, with that wide tire. That's kind of what we're looking for. That Chalino style, you know.
Yeah. Ooh.
So this will be the back.
Ready? Damn, son. That's enfermo, fool. Alright, let me take this off real quick. You can see the design.
So a lot of people will ask, what are we doing to them if they look sick like this? Let them know.
So we're gonna basically leave them as is. The only things we're gonna be adding to it is gloss black to the polished lip. Everything else in the face is gonna be the same. Center cap gonna be left alone. We're just gonna be replacing the polished lip with the gloss black lip. So we're just gonna be masking up the face right here at the crease, and then everything from here on forward is gonna be gloss black. Now about the back, I was thinking about it. Should you leave the back as it is or gloss black? Because
I'm not sure.
Because it's not gonna be like as visible, so it could be gloss black, but also if you leave it as is, it's gonna be give it like a little pop in the background.
Yeah. I think we could probably leave it as is.
As is, I think that would be pretty cool. Because look, you can't, you can barely see it, but it kind of like this part right here is polished, and the back is brushed.
Yeah, we could probably leave it as is. So it's a pretty wide rim. It's not a big rim, that's pretty wide.
Yep.
Sadly, we're not like my boy Zane just yet, but
Yeah, I don't got spinners on that bitch. About doing it, just like a sample, right? So doing this, and then all you gotta do is come back with the blade. You find that crease where you're not scratching the lip or the face. Right here, I'm doing both. Boom. And you should have the perfect masking line, like that. Right there's pretty good. There might be like a tiny gap, but it's so small you probably won't even be able to see that gap. I mean, I think it's pretty good.
would this be how it would look all the way around?
What?
That right there? Like that?
The tape?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna basically repeat this process like fucking 1,000 times until we get the whole lip.
For some people that is watching, why wouldn't you, as a powder coater, just throw the powder on it and clean just the face out? Why do you choose this over?
So it's better to mask it right now just because of the design of the wheel, right? So the wheel is very intricate, has a lot of pockets, divots. You see like all these pockets in here, has a lot of milled areas. So you could do it, it's just gonna take you longer to perfectly vacuum out. And then also when you come back and then you try to make this perfect line, you might hit the lip like with your thumb or with the vacuum. You might hit it and then you're gonna have to start all over again. So if you mess up, you have to spray the area, which is gonna like contaminate the rest of the wheel again, and you have to start the process again. So by masking it, you just basically just masking once and then spraying once, and then you're calling it a day. And then you don't have to come back and revise it if you mess up. So this will probably take you longer to prep, because if we were to just spray them, we just hang them up, clean the lip with acetone, spray them, and then wipe. So prep wise, it's gonna take longer, but in the long run, it's gonna be a shorter process. And then we just gotta repeat this process. Basically, just cut a strip of tape around the whole thing, and then we can just come back and just cut it all at once, and it's gonna give a perfect line. And then you can mask the whole thing with tape, or you can also use foil paper. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I'll probably just cut small pieces of tape and then make like a circle of foil paper, put it on top, and then just seal it up with tape again. And that's gonna make it so that the whole wheel doesn't have adhesive on it, which, you know, we don't know yet, but this adhesive might stick to the face, and then we might have to come back later and clean it up with alcohol, but we don't know yet. Kind of sick if we could fill in the letters with gloss now, because then it wouldn't stand out. This stands out a lot. These Dannies are nice. All billet center caps. They're going with the O-ring. Real nice. All right. We got a coatings by Coats too, with the little microphone foam, and this is gonna allow us to cleanly be able to get all that powder off of the mating surfaces without vacuuming around the part. Why is it important to clean it around? There's a mating surface usually where there's a gasket or a seal, right? So if you have a powder on here, it can potentially lead to leaks. Also, I mean, the customer could technically clean it up and like grind it or whatever, but with it being so easy to remove right now, it's just the best practice to do it, so the customer doesn't have to later on. We forgot to plug this one, so we're just gonna vacuum out of it, like so, and then boom, you see it's clean. But if you guys want to get some of these, just go to Coatings by Coats on Etsy, and he has these and a lot of other products. Shout out to Scott. This is Super Chrome Plus. I'm sorry, not Super Chrome Plus, this is Chroma Chrome. You see on the casting parts, it doesn't look as smooth. It's still very shiny, but you don't get that same smooth finish. That mirror-like finish, it's just shiny. Everyone, it is now Monday from the last recording we had. I'm just kind of filming all over the place. You're probably gonna put 2 days together, Saturday and now Monday. But anyway, these are the parts that you saw us spraying in the last couple clips. This is Super Chrome Plus with clear coat. Now with Super Chrome Plus, like the smoother the parts are, the better it's gonna look. So this one doesn't look too bad. There's just some gouges in the metal that we couldn't get out. But I mean, other than that, where it's like rounded and smooth, it looks pretty good. Then we did these motorcycle parts too in this Corvette orange, and they come out really nice. These are redo work. Really nice. I guess it's like the seat, and we only have like some imperfections here, but it has some filler on it, so that's understandable. You can't really use, there are not many fillers you can use for powder coating, and sometimes they may react. That's our second time doing that one as well. These are the valve covers, and then like I said in the previous clip, you know, this cast aluminum parts that have all the little pimples and casting marks on them. It doesn't come out the smoothest like that piece over there, but I mean, it still looks good nonetheless. And then I'm gonna give you guys a tape peel, just because it's satisfying. Cool. They're pretty much prepped for the most part. You saw us doing the masking, and then you saw us, I think we included that in the video where we put big piece of foil paper in the back. And basically what this is gonna do is we can fully spray the whole lip without having to worry about powder wrapping around the back and then coming from the back and basically giving us overspray on the inside and the back of the wheel. So this is how we eliminate overspray when we're doing something like this. Basically, you just gotta mask everything up. Now we are gonna get some powder like on the lip, like obviously right here where the tire goes. We don't care about that because that's gonna have the tire over anyways. So we got them sanded down. I'm using a 400 grit scuff pad, and then just basically going over the whole lip until you get that like hazy finish. You see like that. You do that on all wheels, top and bottom. And what this does is just allows for the powder to grip a little bit better. It is ideal to sandblast, but not 100% required in these custom applications, as sandblasting it could potentially damage the tape around it and then not give us a clean line if the tape is damaged. So we mitigate that risk by just scuffing it up by hand, but it still gives us some more adhesion promotion, if you will. Sometimes you can also spray over the polish, and obviously it's not as durable, but you definitely can. It is pretty durable still though, still more durable than paint actually. You just want to look for spots that are still shiny, like right there, and then just make it all like a one even, almost like a brush look, if you will. Let me see. And then now we're just gonna clean it up with some acetone. Basically just degrease them, clean it up with acetone, and they'll be ready for some powder.
don't know.
Damn, boy. We just got some overspray right here, but it comes off with acetone.
Oh, okay.
I hope.
Or some gas. Yes, sir. So it gives it like a badass side angle.
Yeah. All right, so here's the final results. We got the gloss black lip on there. There are a few areas that need to be cleaned up with acetone because somehow we still managed to get a little bit of overspray, but it's nothing major. This is all the foil and tape that we use for these. And these economy, this is probably like $1,000 of foil and tape. Not to mention all the foil we use for the back. So they come out pretty good. They come out really good actually. Very glossy lip. And like I said, these are my brother's wheels. He was pretty happy with them, so that's all that matters. We decided to leave the backs alone. That's how it looks.